Good evening guys, here I am back down in my wonderful bike cave, and tonight I'm going to be doing an upgrade on this wonderful bike that's come from eBikes Direct, which are based down in Bowden guys. In the description below, please check out the link so you can view this bike and also other brands of bikes that they sell, like the Oxygen, which is a superb bike that I highly recommend too. Right, let's dive straight in and have a look and tell you what I'm going to be doing, upgrading on this bike. Well, I'm going to be changing the tyres on the bike. These are wonderful tyres that come with the bike, absolutely superb in the dry, off-road and on the gravel. But as the weather's changing, as it's more raining as we're used to in the UK, and it's getting a little bit colder and frosty out there, I want to put some chunkier tyres on the bike to ride in them types of conditions. So what I'm going to do is take a picture of these and them together so you can see the difference why I'm changing them, and post that up there for you as well. Guys, another quick note to remember: if you're looking to get an e-bike for Christmas from eBikes Direct or Oxygen, pre-order your bikes now. Start ordering them, because the last thing they want and I want is you guys having to wait till after Christmas for your wonderful bike. So pre-order them now. Please mention my name, Brian from Riding for Life. So I really do appreciate that. Also subscribe to this channel, hit that bell so you can see updates, really appreciated. So what I'm going to do is now pause the camera, and then we'll go in and I'll show you how to take the wheels off, and then we'll also cover changing the tyres as well, and then putting it all back together. So see you in a moment guys. Welcome back guys. Here we are. I'm going to take the front wheel off the bike now to show you how to do that. I've got feed brakes on here and I've just unclipped them so they're loose, and now it's literally just to undo the wheel on here and drop it off. You have a lever here. I'm sure you guys have actually done this before, taking your wheels off your bike, but if you haven't, I'm just going to show you how to do it. Pull that lever out, it's a bit stiff, hold that, turn the nut and keep turning, and then the bike will lovely just drop straight out. So that's the wheel taken off this Crucis 1.6. Very simple. I'm going to show you how to do the rear wheel in a moment. Oh look, as you can see there, the treads that's on this bike, a wonderful tread, perfect for off-road and on the gravel. Let's see if I can reach one of my other ones. As you can see, that's what I'm changing to, these tyres here. So right, let's pause it there and dive straight onto the rear wheel, which is just as easy to take off. See you in a moment guys. Hello guys, welcome back. Let's dive straight in and take off the rear wheel on this Crucis 1.6. I've got some additional extras added to the bike. I've got a chain guard, so let's take this off. This is a Velcro one, very good. I've got some rubber ones behind me which I'm going to stick on here very soon. Right, I don't know if you could see here, this is the cable that runs from the rear hub up to the controller. Like I said, I'm going to put a picture up there for you guys showing you when you disconnect this. There's two arrows on here. You need to line them arrows up to put them back. Right, so we pull that apart. Also, another picture here of a cable tie holder there. This was cable tied in there. I've cut that off already. So make sure when you're disconnecting your rear wheel, taking it off, check for cable ties as well guys on your wonderful e-bikes. So let's dive straight in. So basically you've got two caps here. We're going to pull them off, one of them off there, and there's one the other side. So we'll pull that one off as well. And basically it's now just undoing the bike. I'm going to turn it this way a little bit guys so I can work on both sides so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to undo this nut here, then we're going to undo that nut that side. I've already released my feed brakes so it's not pinching against the tyre. So let's undo it. I'm going to move my stool over a bit so I'm resting it on my knee. It's an 18mm spanner guys, for the back, taking that off. So give that a little turn. And she's coming off. So we just pull it through the brakes, mind the rear derailleur, and it's very simple. The reason why that fell off so quick, I did undo this side to make it a little bit easier on myself, so it was just holding on this side. So that's how you take the rear hub off, the rear wheel on there. So what we're going to do is now I'm going to change the video view so you can see me changing the tyres on this. So guys, I'll see you in a minute. Hello guys, welcome back. Right, here we go. I've already put one inner tube and tyre on the front wheel, and what I'm going to do is show you the rear wheel how to do that. So I will lean across and down the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Right, let's just put that somewhere safely. Right, so here's the rear hub one, and that's the one we're going to change. I'm just going to angle the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. There we go guys. Right, so this is the tyre. So first things first, what I need to do is let the air out of the tyre. So we take the cap off here and a wonderful pair of pliers. I'm just going to push the valve in and let all the air out. There we go. So all the air is coming out the tyre now. I mean, that other tyre to put on took less than, I say, 5 minutes to get it on there nice and a bit of air pressure in it. Yeah, the tyres I bought, when I buy tyres I always buy the inner tubes that go with them as well, because the old ones that I take out, the tyres that I'm taking off, I keep the inner tubes, so if I swap the tyres over, I've got the right inner tubes for it as well. So here we are. So what we're going to do now is with some tyre levers over here. These wonderful tyre levers, they're quite thick, these are good ones. And I'm going to look for where the valve is. I'm going to be starting here. So I'm going to come across a couple of spokes and put my first lever on, and then I'm going to move round and go a little bit more, probably 3 or 4 more spokes, get that underneath and pop that up. That's it, and just slide that all the way round. So I'm going to turn the wheel. It's coming off lovely guys, so I'm just going to slide that all the way round, and that's off. So take the tyre levers out. I'm sure you guys have probably done this before. Now that's the tyre off and the inner tube. I pulled that all off in one go. Let's put that over there. First things first, I'm going to check to make sure there's nothing in here sharp before I put a new one on. So I'm just running around the inside of the rim. And yeah, I'm quite happy with that. That looks really good. So, right, let's put that down gently. Here's the inner tube that comes with the tyre, so we're going to take that out of the box. I will be putting the link up where I got all these from. The inner tube, right, let's hold that there. Take the rubber band off. And what I need to do now, guys, is we need to pump a little bit of air in it to make the shape of the tyre. So let's do that now. On there it comes with a cap and a locking nut as well, so we're going to take both of them off. Nearly there. Couple of more turns, I think. I don't want to drop it on the floor. There we go. So we've taken that off. Got my pump here. Gonna pump a small portion of air in here just to inflate the tyre without pinching my glove. And because basically all we want to do is just grab the shape of the tyre, like we've done that there, and take that off, and we'll put that down there. Right, so the next job we'll be doing is we're going to grab the new tyre that we're going to put on. Put that there, that's over here. I'm sure you guys, you keen cyclists out there, have changed many tyres over the time. I did when I first got my first e-bike. The front wheel was absolutely, very simple. I know you can't see me, but I am here, guys. Very simple to do. When it came to the back one, because we had that connector to the motor, it totally threw me away. Oh my God, is this going to be okay? Can I pull that cable out, etc. But disconnected it and taken the rear wheel off, as you saw on this wonderful Crucis bike from eBikes Direct, is very simple. So what I'm going to do now is slot this in there, and then we're going to fix one side of the tyre to the rim, and then, whoops, lock the camera there, guys. It's okay, no casualties. So what we're going to do now is grab the inner tube, and I'm going to put that starting at the top, put that in there, and then start to feed it around. This is a problem I had when I had it on the desk. It's so much easier to do it on the floor and you just spin it, but it's cool. I want to show you guys how this is done and how simple it is. So we're not going to rush putting the inner tube in. The inner tube's going in. It's going into the inside of the tyre. Now what we need to do, guys, from here, we need to insert, pinch it in, and put one side in. If you can get two sides in at a go for it. But I normally do one side at a time, and I'm working on the rear, pushing that tyre in. And then normally I turn the bike over, or not the bike, the wheel over, and we'll then work on the other side. We're nearly there. It's going round a bit more this side. Start to get a little bit tighter now. Putting that inside in the other side. And once that's in, we're pretty much just going to have to work. So that side's in now. So now what we're going to do is work on pushing both of them in together, and making sure they go in, spin it around. Without pinching the inner tube. This side's got tight, that's what we want. Turn it around a bit more so you can see. I do it so much quicker when I'm not filming. It's nearly in there. I'm going to give that inner tube a pull up. Nearly there. It ain't going to be long before we need the tyre levers on here. It's worth taking your time to do this so you don't pinch the inner tube. I could fly it around quite fast, but the last thing I want to do is pinch that inner tube and then I have to take it all off. So just need it to feed inside, which is nearly there. It's just this last little bit here on this side. Nearly there, guys. Last bit. So where I'm going to need a tyre lever now. As I said, I've put the other side in first, and going to give that a pull. I'm actually just going to pop this up. As you can see, I'm popping this over without pinching the tyre in the tube. Just got this little bit here, and then it should be nearly on. Get on there. Nice and tight. So that is now on. Happy with that. Going to go around to make sure it's okay. It's a little bubble there. If I give that valve a pull, that which will go in. It's got a ridge that goes around on the inside of this tyre. I can see that's like that. So what I'm going to do now is get that locking nut and put that back on. I'm going to have to set up in the bike cave a place so when I'm filming like this, perhaps set something up on the ceiling so to come down. I've got stuff on my desk for doing close-up work and bits and bobs. I want that to go in a little bit more, and see why. It's just popped out the other side. That's why it wasn't going down. Right, I'm happy with that. It's all on. So now, without pinching my glove, I'm just fighting with this last little bit here. Want it to be seated properly, because otherwise you're back to square one, taking it all off. Which I particularly don't want to do. I'm quite happy with that. Just that last bit there. Go down. Give it a push. There we go. Right, happy with that. The tyre's gone on. So now what we're going to do is pump it up, and I believe the pressure on here is 35 to 40 psi. So I'm only going to pump it up to around about 20, 22, just to make sure none of this has come out or it's bubbled or anything like that, which we need to look for. So far looking good. It's not popping, it's not doing nothing, and I'm looking forward to riding on these tyres to see what they're like, because I'm sure it won't be long before we get some rain. So right, so I've taken it up a bit. I'm not going to go any more until I put the tyres on the bike. Just take the valve off. That's off. Going to tighten this up. So what I'm going to be doing now is looking around the rim on the inside here, make sure it's not rise, bubbled or lower, because there is a edge on it. So I'll spin that over and have a good look. When I say an edge, there's a line on it to make sure it's pretty all central. There's a low place there, but I think that will, yeah, that's moved, pop out when I put more air in it. So that's how you put the tyre on this wonderful e-bike, the rear hub. I'm going to raise the camera and carry on talking, so bear with me guys. Let's just put that there. There we go. I'm back. Right, as you can see, as I said, it's very simple to change the tyres on here. It's just taking your time, not rushing it. I could have done it a lot quicker, but I will put more air on these and then throw these back on the bike. Putting them back on the bike is the same process of taking them off, guys. Very, very simple. Like I said, you have to check when you connect it back up to the hub. There's arrows on here, you see. You make sure you line them up with the one that's on the bike, otherwise this rear hub is not going to turn and it could cause problems. Be very careful when you connect them. These are the pins. They're quite thick and sturdy, but just make sure lining them up, that way you won't bend them. Right, so that's me changing the tyres on the bike. I hope that was helpful, guys. It was quite fiddly because, like, normally I just lay it on the floor, I just do it and that's it. But trying to show you guys how to do it, filming at the same time, I found that quite awkward, but also a wonderful challenge to show you guys. Right, so don't forget, guys, check the description to see all the links where to get these from. Also, like I mentioned before, if you're looking to get an e-bike for Christmas, you should be looking to pre-order your bikes now from eBikes Direct. Don't forget to check out the Oxygen range of bikes. I ride them as well. Wonderful bikes to ride, along with the Crucis 1.6. So have a great day, guys, and thank you very much for watching.